everybody, and welcome to Brain Dump. Brain Dump like 3.0, 4.0, 5.0. I don't even know at this point. The amount of times I've stopped and restarted this podcast has been a bit too much for the year that it's existed. Now, actually, we just made 2 years. So there's that. Hi, welcome to the podcast that's been going on for 2 years and counting, hopefully. I'm your host, Nicole Ohas, and a little bit about me. I have been doing YouTube since I was like in 8th grade. I went to school for film, and I have a cat, and her name is Kirby, so if you hear her, that's what that is. I'm a little upset for the visuals of this because I thought that I had enough decor in this corner, and I'm figuring out I am so short, and so is this chair, so you actually can't see almost anything that's on the walls above me. That's great. That's lovely. Another thing, I'm currently taking a medication that I will dig into later, like, I'll talk about why, but, I'm taking I'm taking appetite suppressant. So I'm gonna get thirsty very fast. One of the side effects is dry mouth. So if I start talking a lot, I end up needing water. I don't know if that's TMI, but I'm just gonna let y'all know that. So if you see me going for water, or if my voice starts sounding a little dry, that is why. Anywho, this is Brain Dump, the podcast in which I talk about myself and all my inner ramblings, and hopefully people listen and watch. And if they don't, that's okay too, because I wouldn't either. Um, that makes it sound like this is gonna be terrible, but I don't know. I never expect people to watch something consistently because sometimes I don't even watch things consistently. So yeah. Another thing, the last episode I made was concerning my love life. Um, I think it might be one of the more popular podcast episodes I have, but there's also like no new updates on that, by the way. My love life, I've decided in 2025 to keep it nice and empty and become voluntarily celibate. So we'll see how long that lasts. Because obviously the goal is to stay celibate. But in my head, also, if someone happens to come along and convince me otherwise, feel free to do so. Because at the moment, I just feel like with my life, like having to balance work life, friendship, like just there's too many things that I need to balance in order to like feel ready for taking on a partner, like mentally, emotionally, blah blah blah. I just feel like I wouldn't be able to give a partner my 100%, attention and like care. So that is why I'm staying voluntarily celibate. uh Okay, I'm going to start going on about all of the things that this episode's going to be about and what to expect from me. I did, in fact, write on my notes a whole script. Not actually like verbatim script, but like things I want to go over in this episode to talk about. So we're going to go ahead and dig into it. There's a lot of shit. I have a lot of points, a lot of different things. Um, Something I do want to like just establish right off the bat is that I plan on recording and posting Brain Dump every week. So you should expect to hear and see, if you are a visual watcher, um this podcast every Friday at 3 p.m. If you don't, uh-oh, hold me accountable, please. I need somebody to hold me accountable. I'll do it anyway. Like that is my one goal this year that I want to do is actually like create online content and be consistent with it because working a retail job just ain't it just ain't what's it called? It's not it's not cutting it anymore. Also, like I currently hold a bachelor's degree and yet I am wasting my time and talents away at a retail job. That's not what everyone goes to college for. So I'd like to make something out of my degree at least and not make my parents feel disappointed. I feel like they probably already are. But yeah, I mean, I graduated in 2023. So I had a whole basically gap year to figure out what I wanted to do. I know for a fact I'm not going back to school. So that's one thing I can rule out. I do not need a master's in film. I also don't want to go back to school with the state of how this country is about to be. Because I know they want to get rid of FAFSA, and that is literally how I was able to really go to school for free. Besides, like, I did have a scholarship that also paid, but FAFSA was very helpful as well in whatever that scholarship didn't cover. And I know that, like, for masters, they do not cover as much of your schooling as they do for your bachelor's. So that's also another thing that hinders me. I also just have no like desire to go back to school because what the fuck am I going back to school for? I don't want another bachelor's. I don't think I would want one or need one. Um my career doesn't even require a degree to begin with. So I truly just went to school to make my parents happy, but also to have the knowledge that I wanted going into like the career field that I'm going into. So, yeah. Anyways, yeah, I do want to start back up my YouTube account and not just post this podcast, but also post like random videos, vlogs. I want to start doing gaming videos, but I will have to see how much my laptop can handle because I do not have a computer and I don't have the money right now to invest in a whole computer and desk setup. So everything coming to you is straight off my laptop. Ugh. That's one thing I just wanted to establish. Uh Also, do not expect award-winning or groundbreaking entertainment from moi. I know that's like saying like don't expect things on this channel to be good. I didn't say that. All I said was don't expect like things that you've never seen before because, you know, over time my creativity can only last so long. And I just like personally the YouTube videos I watch on a day-to-day are kind of pretty much the same thing consistently. So I like having that knowledge that I'm going into something that I already know what I'm expecting. Like I know it's like one, two, three things are gonna happen, blah blah blah. Like I know what I'm in for. And I want that to be the same experience for most people who come across this channel or this podcast. I want it to feel like, oh, here's something I can depend on that I know what I'm going to be watching and know what's going to go down because that's nice, is it not? Will I have guests on this podcast at some point? Maybe. I would like to. I don't know how that setup's going to go because I really only have this setup for me in the corner. And also, like, off screen or like to the right of me is my cat's litter box. So I wouldn't want a guest sitting there or near there. That's a problem for another time to worry about. For now, only expect me because I am the star of this channel, this account, this podcast, blah, blah, blah. Anywho, what else? I think that's it. I think those are the only things that I planned to say about what I plan on doing on YouTube and Brain Dump. So, yeah. Now on to some points that I wanted to go over, of course. I have so many updates. Holy crap, guys. Life has been crazy. It really hasn't. It's been exciting and fun, yes, for sure. But since I last spoke with you guys, which I honestly haven't even checked to see when my last podcast episode was. Should have done that. Don't know I didn't. Last episode was in April of 2024. So yes, a lot has happened in the what, 9? Suddenly can't do math. Sorry. Yeah, 9 months. It's been 9 months since I've been on YouTube. I could have had a baby and y'all wouldn't have even known. Just kidding. You guys would have found out because I can't keep my mouth shut, especially on Instagram. If you happen to follow me on Instagram, or if that's where you're coming from, you would know I overshare a lot. I try not to, but it's just too easy. Unfortunately, I am the stereotype of Gen Z oversharing. Hey, Mama, you have to stay in here. Another thing I just realized is I'm gonna have to like go through everything super fucking fast because the sun sets in like less than half an hour. And I have so much I want to talk about, but I don't have the lighting required. It's just gonna start getting darker and darker in here, and it's gonna really piss me off. But okay. Oh my gosh. Trying to go through what has happened since April. In May, it's my dad's birthday. All I can remember for some reason. May, nothing notable. June, notable things. Actually, May I started my third retail job. I only have one right now, okay? Because a lot of people on my Instagram are just like confused that I have multiple jobs. Because at one point I did. I only have one at the moment. And it's basically a full-time retail job. Anywho, um, in June I went to Italy, which is beautiful. I've spent 2 weeks in Italy. It was awesome. It was supposed to be like my graduation present. Um, I would totally recommend. I went to so many different cities. I went to Rome. I went to Venice. I went to the Vatican, which is actually a country. So I went to 2 countries, really. Um, I went to, there was another city that I'm literally forgetting. It's an old ass city. Give me 1 second. I'm going to find it in my camera roll. I think it just came to me. Tivoli. I went to Tivoli, Rome, Venice, and I think that's it. Can't really think of anywhere else off the top of my head. But yeah, I went to Rome, went to Italy, had pasta every single day I was there. I made it a point to have pasta every single day because that's like, hello, like that's the one place where you like actually need to be eating pasta. And that's usually what I eat on a daily basis anyway. And actually lost weight being there because all I had to eat was pasta and carbs, but I was walking like 20,000 steps a day. So it was kind of everything. I loved it. I hated the time difference, obviously. Got used to it though. So it's not that bad, honestly. It was just hard to like go to sleep when my friends were all awake and having fun on the other side of the world, and I was like not tired at all, but I had to force myself to sleep because it's like 11 p.m. and we have a ton of shit to do the next day, you know? And then when I would be awake in the morning, it'd be like 8 in the morning there, and it'd be so late over here that no one's awake, and it was really sad for me. I had some FOMO about that, but otherwise, I had a great time. I got to see, obviously, as I said, the Vatican. So I got to tour. There's like a whole Vatican City tour that like goes on with like where the church is, the Vatican Church. And then you get to see like all these amazing, iconic, crazy ass fucking artists, like not artist, art. I got to see the I think it's called God's Creation. It's that one, it's like a really, really famous painting with these two guys, and they're like reaching out to each other, like their hands are reaching for each other. I don't know, look it up. I'll put it on screen right now. God's creation, or someone's creation. I don't fucking remember, bro. That makes it seem like I didn't like I didn't actually. It's the creation of Adam is what it's called. So yeah, I got to see that in real life. It was awesome. I also got to see the Venus and Pisces. I think that's what it's called, right? Art. Hold on, now I'm just googling it. Obviously, fucking what's it called? Something. It's like Venus art. What is it called? The Birth of Venus. Fucking idiot. Anywho, yeah, I got to see that too in real life. I got to see a lot of iconic paintings in real life that live at the Vatican. And let me tell you, Vatican's hot. I also happened to go to Italy when there was a heat wave. So not only did we have to walk everywhere, and it's not flat like Florida, as I'm used to, where I'm from, I'm used to this flat fucking land. You are going upstairs, up inclines, down inclines. It's really fucking annoying. So if you're gonna be traveling to Europe, I would suggest the month before, because this is what I did and I felt like it did help. The month before, definitely go on walks. Start fucking walking, okay? Because you're gonna be walking so much, and if your body's not used to it, you are just going to crash out midday, and you are not gonna wanna do that because obviously you're there to enjoy yourself, not to be fucking napping, you know? So definitely do that to prepare your body. Um, if you go on that Stairmaster, go on that Stairmaster. Go up all the stairs you want because you're gonna be going up a lot. I promise you that. Um, Also buy a fucking portable fan because you're gonna need one. It's hot and there's people everywhere. Think New York City, but older. Because all the buildings are old. But the vibes were there. I fucked with it. We rode um the subway. That was our main method of transportation around the city. And I gotta tell you, pickpockets, they're real. And I saw them in action trying to pickpocket my mom. And my mom pushed the pickpocketer away. And I also, in real life, got to witness, how that TikTok sound why did I say it like that? That TikTok sound, attenzione, pickpocket. That's fucking real. Like, I saw that. I saw that happen in real life. Like, I saw somebody do it. Like, out, a pickpocketer. It was awesome. I loved. The subway, though, scary, I gotta say. I'm not a subway rider, usually. So, to go underground, very off-putting. I never even when I went to New York City, I never rode the subway. So, it was weird in that aspect, but I honestly got a hold of it, like, really fast, and I understood where I was going most times. So that's good. Uh, yeah, Venice was awesome too. Venice, ooh, that's the place you're really gonna wanna do some Stairmasters for in preparation because you are going over so many bridges because most of the whole city is literally like there's water everywhere surrounding it. So you have to go up and down so many little bridges to get across like different parts of it. And it's very much not suitable for people who are handicapped. Not that I am, but I'm just letting you know that is not a very accessible area of Italy for sure. Um oh, I also got to go to this crypt of these I think it's like literally just called like the Capuchin Crypt because I really wanted to go see some catacombs while I was in Europe because that's the place to go, you know? And the closest one to us was the Capuchin monk, friar, crypt, whatever place. I don't know. Like, literally just look up Capuchin Crypt, Italy. It'll show up. It's really awesome. They had these rooms with bones all over it. Like, each room had its own theming. And so it had its own, like, part of the body that they were highlighting, but with bones. And it's all real bones from the friars that were in this church. and it's epic. If you get the opportunity to go to a catacomb or a crypt, you should go. It's worth it, I think. They did make me buy a robe because I guess either it was either because of my shorts I had on, which weren't even really short. I think they were like probably the same ones I'm wearing right now. They go like almost right above my knee. They're Bermuda shorts. Or because my tattoos were out. And that's something they're very particular about when it comes to like the Vatican and things like that. Like you want to be respectful in that sense. Um, so yeah, there's that. Oh my god, I also just realized another thing I didn't mention. I got a septum piercing last year in March, I believe. So, oh, and I got a helix piercing. I kind of want to get one on my other ear because I got one on September 13th, which was a Friday the 13th, because it was on like it was a deal for it. Um, I do have to say, it's my first like cartilage piercing. It did hurt. The healing process hurt. Like my piercing didn't like the pain didn't go away, or it wasn't like not tender for like a month after. Like it was a very uncomfortable-ish pain. I couldn't lay on it for very long. Now I can. Now I have no issue with it. But that is something to note if you are planning on getting a cartilage piercing. And I do really want to get one on my like right ear to match my left. But I just know I have to like mentally prepare myself to be in pain for like at least a month with the piercing. It's not like unbearable pain to where I'm like, oh, I can't do anything. It hurts. It hurts. It's just like inconvenient pain every once in a while if you happen to hit it, or like if you're washing your hair, or my hair gets caught in the backing of the piercing very often, which is really annoying. But yeah, the sun is already setting. I'm scared. Okay. Tattoo. I only got one last year, which is a step up from, hold on, the camera stopped recording. Hey camera, why'd you stop? Okay, the camera stopped recording because the freaking file exceeded a certain amount of gigabytes. Anywho, I only got one tattoo last year, so I'm up to 7 tattoos. My body is an uneven number, and I hate that. I like always want to get 2 tattoos at the same time because I just like to be consistent in that way, like just like symmetric. I like even numbers. I don't like odd numbers because I'm just a girl with some sort of mental health issues for sure that are undiagnosed. But yeah, I have 7 right now. I'll probably do a tattoo tour maybe one day. But yeah, I only got one because I happened to get this ad for this Instagram account with tattoos. It was a tattoo account. And they happened to live in my area. And it was my first ever tattoo, not at the studio that I've gotten all of my other tattoos at, and also not with the same artist. So it was interesting to say the least. I was like, I can't believe I found this fucking place off of an Instagram ad. Like Instagram ads be working overtime, bro. Um, it was at their like this person's apartment. Their studio was in their apartment. It was crazy. I was not expecting that. Yeah, it's a little deer tattoo. If you go on my Instagram, I have a post of me showing it. But it was really cute. It was only like $125, I think, so from what I can remember. So I would recommend the place. Again, if you want to know where it is or who it is, I can send you their Instagram because I feel weird tagging them out on the internet. But yeah, that's that for piercings and tattoos. Hopefully this year, maybe getting more tattoos. I do have it as one of my ins slash goals to get more tattoos with color. So that'll be something hopefully I'll do. I gotta find something I like enough first. And then piercings, I'm probably gonna be getting more ear piercings this year. For sure. I'm already thinking about like getting my third like hole done because I already have my second. But I got my second done at Claire's, so it's not the best. I got it done with the freaking piercing gun, which is like obviously not recommended. I would not recommend getting a piercing at Claire's or a piercing with a piercing gun. Please get it with a needle. Be fucking for real, you know? But yeah, those are my plans at the moment, like in my head. It is January again, so I'm not feeling pressured in any way to get this done anytime soon. But yeah, I did look up the next Friday the 13th, and it is in June, which fucking blows, bro. Why do I have to wait half of the year for Friday the 13th? I don't like that. Anywho, let me see. Oh, concerts. I went to 2 concerts last year. I went to see Childish Gambino in Tampa and Charlie XCX and Troye Sivan in Orlando. And it was beautiful. So worth it. Loved it. Can't believe I was one of the like very last shows of Childish Gambino's career, potentially, because he got sick mid tour and completely stopped his tour. Like he got sick, but he had like postponed the rest of his tour and then ended up canceling the rest of the tour and giving the people, I think, their money back or like a voucher to be able to go to another concert again. I don't even know what his plans are. He's been quite silent on that ever since he announced that he had like to go undergo surgery. He hasn't said what's wrong, but if he had to get surgery, like that shit's fucking serious. Whatever that is. Um so yeah. I have on here brief summary of the election. I have no thoughts other than it was a sad, sad night for me, for sure. Um I did vote early. I did my best to encourage everyone around me to vote. You can only do so much. Just have to hope that these next 4 years won't be the complete shit show that it's sounding like it's gonna be. Starting off the year strong with the fucking Cybertruck fire in front of the Trump Hotel in Las Vegas, and also the incident at New Orleans, that's fucking crazy. I was reading up about it today, and I know in the future this is gonna sound so weird to like listen back and be like, oh my god, I completely forgot that even happened. That literally happened the first fucking couple hours of 2025. So if that's any setup for how the rest of this year is gonna go, I'm quite terrified. Yeah. I'm really sad that Florida could not pass the freaking abortion ban thing and the legalizing marijuana. Like, bro, I didn't even know there was a threshold that needed to be passed. And we were so close with the abortion one. Literally less than 5% away from getting it passed. And that is the saddest fucking thing ever. Yeah, I don't plan to live in Florida for the rest of my life, but it's obvious that a lot of people are moving here and a lot of them are conservative, and that is really fucking up a lot for us. For us young, youthful Democrats here, you know, us liberals, if you will. Yeah, those are my opinions on the election. I can't wait to see what Biden does when he stops being president. What will he do? What will his first act as not president be? Go get ice cream? Like, what's the vibe? I don't know. I'm growing out my hair, which is huge for me. I have not grown out my hair since maybe freshman year of high school. Well, actually, that's a lie, because maybe sophomore year of high school. So it's probably been like 6-ish years, 6-7 years since I like only kept my hair consistently the same length. And I'm kind of fucking with it heavy. Like my hair is at a state right now where it's like the longest it's been in a really long time, but it's also really healthy and I love it. I'm very proud of my progress in my hair, and I can't wait for it to grow even longer this year. It's gonna be beautiful. And also not dyeing it. I haven't dyed it at all. I'm letting the color that I have currently grow out. So I feel like my roots are very much grown in, which is great. That means growth, you know? To me, that's what that means. Okay. I also wrote down that I felt overworked this entire holiday season, but like, who's fucking surprised, girl? You work in retail, like, duh. I also wrote down here. I have two different things, but I'm honestly gonna go with the more juicy bit here. I don't know why I felt the need to like just like bring this up or like share it with the world, but methinks this is exactly how I fucking wrote it in my notes. I'm gonna read it to you verbatim. Methinks I'm going back on the pill. In parentheses, birth control to be exact. Why? Because I stopped taking it like halfway through last year because I wanted to see if my body could actually go through my cycle on its own without having birth control. And also because it was causing a lot of hormonal acne that I wanted to see if I stopped taking it as well, if it would clear up. And unfortunately, yes, it did clear up on its own. So like it left me in like a weird position where it's like I do want to start taking it back again because I hate having my periods, and taking birth control just makes my periods, it makes them regular on top of them. Like I already had irregular periods before, but it makes them regular. It also makes them super short. It also makes them pretty much non-existent. Like I will bleed almost nothing, and it's kind of everything I want in life at the moment. Like it's very inconvenient to be bleeding everywhere all the time, you know? So that's why I think I want to go back on it. And then also the appetite suppressant, which I did bring up at the beginning of the video. Surprisingly not thirsty yet. It's so fucking dark in here. Like I'm just looking at the camera right now and I feel like I look so silly. But if I put flash on, would that even change any? Oh my god, it's so bright. I'm not doing that because this looks like I'm about to be telling you some campfire stories. And I don't fuck with that either. Ew. I'm about to burp. Oh my god. Anywho. Yeah, I started taking appetite suppressants because my doctor suggested it. I'm not on Ozempic. Okay, that's diabetic medicine. I am on an actual appetite suppressant. And so we came together to this for this decision, me and my doctor. And she was like, I just want you to try this. We'll give it like a 30-day trial. We'll call, check in on you, see how you're feeling. And if you like it, you can keep taking it. And so I've been taking it since September. And I think I've lost at least over 20 pounds, which is crazy. The appetite suppressant do be suppressing the appetite for real. Like, I almost eat nothing, which has its bad things and good things. One of the symptoms also of taking this appetite suppressant is constipation. And God, it pisses me off because before the appetite suppressant, also don't care if this is TMI, before the appetite suppressant, I was literally freaking pooping almost every day, beautiful poops. On this appetite suppressant, I'm lucky if I can get a poop in once every 3 days. It's quite sad. Like you'd think, oh, are you not having enough fiber? Like, bro, I will have enough fiber. And I still can't manage to get a little poop out. You know, it's quite annoying and sad and I hate it. It's one of the downs of taking it for sure. But yeah, I'm going to try to turn on my room light to see if that'll change the lighting situation because it's quite dark in here. I will be right back. I think that helped for sure. Okay. So those are some points that I wanted to go over before I actually dove. Before I actually dive into, some fun little tidbits about 2024. Like, I'm going to go over 3 things that everyone loves to talk about, but it basically wrapped on my 2024. I'm going to be going over my top 10 movies watched this year, which is always big. Love to talk about that. My top 5 shows that I watched this year, and also my Spotify Wrapped recap, just like a brief recap in case anyone cares. and or hasn't seen when Spotify Wrapped came out, because I did post it on my story on Instagram. Gonna be talking a lot about Instagram, I think, in this. But yes. Okay, let's get into it. I'm so excited. Oh, drum roll, drum roll. That was me doing a drum roll. Drum roll. My goodness. Okay. So, top 10. These are going to be in order, and I'm going to go from 10 to 1. These could be movies that came out last year in 2024, or these just could be movies I watched for the first time that have been out forever. The way that I am choosing these. Oh. Sorry, my cat just tried to get up on the desk and it didn't work. So I got to see that firsthand. Anywho, these movies I have chosen because they stuck with me like mentally after, or I just really enjoyed them. I thought they were different. I thought they were cool, fun, awesome, amazing. I don't need to say much more. So let's get into she's trying to get up on this side of the I think she's given up. My cat. She's smelling my sock. Oh, is she gonna try? She gonna make it? Is she gonna make it? I don't know. I think she's hey, hey, hey. Don't do that. Anyway. Okay. Number 10 on the list is Secretary. I'm not gonna go over like directors and all this bullshit and stuff like that. I'm just gonna say what I liked about it, what I didn't. But I will say, fucking what's her name? Gyllenhaal sister. Maggie, I want to say, is like the name that's coming to me right now. Curb, you can't get up there. I'm sorry. Yeah, Maggie Gyllenhaal. Okay, I'm right. Awesome. Why do you need to be up on the table anyway? I don't understand. Kirby. There, she finally got on the table. She was successful in her attempt. So if something happens to the camera, it's all her fault. Yeah, so Secretary, it's from 2002. It's kind of like 50 Shades of Grey vibes before 50 Shades of Grey even existed or was a thought to begin with. Because the character, one of the main characters, is literally Mr. Grey. So I think it's like loosely kind of ties into what 50 Shades of Grey came to be, because I know 50 Shades of Grey came on a lot later. I don't know when the book came out, but I know for sure that this movie came out in 2002. All right, so it's definitely a very interesting movie for sure. It's an hour and 47 if you happen to find it anywhere, because it's not on any streaming platforms, but definitely recommend giving it a watch. It is something the girls might like, you know what I mean? Number 9 is going to be 28 Days Later. I watched it for the first time, end of the year, with one of my friends, and it was honestly really, like, it surpassed my expectations. I know that it kind of blew up around the time the pandemic started, because a lot of people were just like, OMG, we're about to live 28 days later for real. It was fun to like kind of see bits and pieces of the movie and be like, does that did that travel, like, did that translate over in 2020? No. Thankfully, God. But I do like the story. And I liked Killian's character. I kind of wasn't rooting for him for a second, but then I was. And the movie's good. I'm gonna be watching, oh my God, I'm gonna be watching the whole series, because there's a 28 weeks later, and then this year in the summer, there's gonna be 28 years later with Aaron Taylor Johnson in it. So I'm most excited for that, because I love Aaron Taylor Johnson. I'm not looking forward to 28 weeks later though, because I found out Jeremy Renner's in it, and I hate Jeremy Renner with all my being. He is just, I can't root for him in any way. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel about him. Number 8 on the list is gonna be Saturday Night, the movie that basically recaps the 90 minutes before the first episode of SNL ever aired, and it's awesome. It's quite chaotic, but I love that about it. Also, if you're seeing curtain on the screen, if you're watching, my cat has wedged herself in between the window and the curtain of my room. So that's awesome. Hey, stop. So yeah, Saturday Night, a lot of great actors in it. Would recommend. It honestly, like, you finish it and you're like, "Oh my gosh, that was it? Like, that was 90 minutes? That's so crazy what just all happened in 90 minutes." It makes you wanna watch the first episode of SNL ever, which I never got around to, but I did hear from my roommate, Dom, that it was not as fun and cool as they made it seem in the movie. So there's that. Um, that's my thoughts on that. Number 7 is gonna be Anora. Crazy that it made it. I know, I know. Some people didn't like it, some people liked it. I liked it. I thought it was good. I really liked the first and second half of the movie. The third act of the movie was not my favorite. I felt like it dragged, which kind of makes sense because of the circumstances, but I just really wish that they could have made it not 2 hours and something long. I just wish movies they need to stop being more than 2 hours and 30 minutes because I don't need to brace myself for something that's almost 3 hours long, basically, because you're gonna be in the theater. If you get there on time when your showing starts, there's at least like 20, 30 minutes of just trailers before the movie even starts. So really, I am there for like 3 to 3.5 hours. That's a long time. I need that to stop. We gotta. Yeah, there's gotta be another way for you to like shrink the movie a little bit. Like you can downsize it a little bit more. We don't there's some scenes that could have been cut for sure. That wouldn't have added anything to the plot. But they were all there still for some reason. Those are my opinions on hours that are or on movies that are more than 2 hours and a half long. But I did love Anora. I will say. I like Maggie Madison. I remember seeing her in one of the like newer Scream movies. Hated her because she did so good. Like she actually made me hate her as a character. But in this movie, she's awesome. She rocks, and I love her. Love her to death. I'd be friends with Honora. I would, and there's nothing wrong about that. I think. Number 6 is going to be Challengers. Watched Challengers twice. Loved it both times. God, it's such a roller coaster of a movie. God, it's crazy how I just can't believe what's happening in front of me. Sorry. My cat is just going crazy on the window. I can't believe how much of a sexually like tense movie Challengers and my phone just fell. Believe all that happened in the Challengers movie and yet there was no sex. It's crazy. Movie about threesome, no sex. Whatever, bro. Anyway, and like I would act the same way if Zendaya was in my vicinity. Like, and what about it? Um, Anywho, Challengers, great movie, love. Really made me care about tennis for a minute there. And the soundtrack, even better. I hope it gets nominated for so much this year because it deserves it. If it doesn't, it was snubbed. Number 5 is gonna be Blink Twice. Zoe Kravitz directorial debut. So good. Love Channing Tatum in it. Love Zoe Kravitz in it. I just love that movie. It's so good. I only saw it once, but it stuck with me. It was like the plot is really, really good. The little, what's it called? The underlying elements and themes. Super good. Loved. No comments on that one. Number 4 is going to be Smile 2 because holy fuck, that movie scared the shit out of me. Listen, I watched Smile. I thought it was mid. I'm going to be honest. I really liked the way that they went in, like, the direction they went in with Smile 2 because it just made more sense. And oh my god, there were some jump scares in this movie that actually made me jump. And I'm not the type of person to get scared at jump scares, but I did. And they worked. They somehow managed to get everything right. Jump scares, fucking tension, the thriller aspect, like all of it. The story is so good. It's crazy. I loved it. Um Number 3 is gonna be Long Legs. Um, Oz Perkins? Osgood? I don't even know. I think his name is Oz Perkins. The Man That You Are. I can't wait to see Monkey. I can't wait. I can't wait. He's really good. I fuck with him. I fuck with him heavy. He knows what he's doing. Long Legs, really good. Love it. I know some people hated it. I loved it. I'm sorry. I did. Again, the first half of the movie, you're expecting it to be like this certain kind of movie, and then it doesn't end up doing that. And it's really cool in my eyes. I also just really love, again, the underlying themes and elements that they use. A lot of foreshadow, a lot of different things. Like it's the kind of movie that you have to see more than once to be like, oh my God, I can't believe I missed that the first time. And I love it. It was very eerie. It did its thing. And I loved. Number 2. My last 2 are gonna be crazy compared to the rest of this list. Number 2 is going to be My Old Ass. That movie made me cry. I just hit the microphone, I'm sorry. That movie made me cry. That movie's awesome. That movie's everything I wanna be in life. That movie is what being a 20-something-year-old feels like. Like, oh my god, they captured it beautifully. I loved that movie. Watched it twice. And I'd watch it a million more times because it's perfect in every way. The soundtrack, the camera work, the fucking color grading, the where it takes place, like it's beautiful top to bottom and front to back and inside and out. And I loved. Please watch it. Is it on anything? I don't know. That's not my job to find out. That's yours. But please do give yourself the opportunity to go see it because it is awesome. And number 1 on my list is gonna be a movie I saw 3 times. And I did see it when I saw it the first time. I saw it again the same time, like the same day, back to back, pretty much. It's gonna be Lisa Frankenstein. OMG, I love Lika. Wow. Lisa Frankenstein. Amazing movie. It's on Peacock. From what I know, because that's where I watched it. All 3 times I watched it. We're on Peacock. But yeah, Lisa Frankenstein's perfect. I love her. Forget the name of the actress, but I love her. She's beautiful and she's hot, and she gets even hotter during the movie. It's just a great, great movie. I really fucking loved it. And it goes by really fast. The pacing's good. Cinematography, beautiful. Color grading, beautiful. The vibes, beautiful. Just a perfect movie again. Completely perfect. No notes. Beautiful. And now, the top 5 shows I watched in the year 2024. I think total I probably watched maybe 10 or 15 shows. Number 1, it's gonna be Smiling Friends. Listen, I watched that show. I can't even tell you how many times because since the episodes are like 10 minutes long, it's so easy to breeze through the whole entire show in like a day. And there were just times where I craved certain episodes, and so I'd watch, and then I'd watch the rest of the season, type shit. I fucked with that show. I fucked with that show so hard. I dressed up as Pim for Halloween, okay? I fucked with that show so hard. If I had the chance to meet Pim and Pim Allen, fucking everybody. Fucking what's his name? Not Pim, but the other smiling friend. All of a sudden I forget everybody's name. I want to meet I want to meet Pim. I want to meet Alan. I want to meet Glep. I want to meet the boss. I want to meet fucking Charlie. Yes, Charlie. I want to meet everybody on that show. I would smash them all. It's crazy how they did that for an animated show. But yeah, I loved Smiling Friends so much. It's on Max. Go freaking see it. Veep is number 2. Loved Veep. I got to the train. I jumped on the train a little late because I know that it was like a popular show because of just the circumstances of it all. It's basically like a sitcom about being a vice president, and she's a woman, and it kind of, I feel like Kamala has mentioned that like it's kind of pretty accurate to how it actually is to be a vice president or just to work in politics. It's really good. Really, really good. Loved every season. Next show is going to be 30 Rock, which I'm still currently watching. I think I'm on like season 3. It's on Hulu. It's on Peacock. It is Tina Fey's show. Super good. It's another just sitcom, but I love sitcoms. You can't go wrong with them. I fuck with them heavy. Or what are they called? Like parody coms, whatever the fuck those are called. They're called mockumentaries. Mockumentary vibe. That's just what I'm feeling. That's just what I like. I'm sorry. Number 4 is going to be the Scott Pilgrim animated show because, God, I love Scott Pilgrim. And I think they did a really great job. And it's good if you've seen the movie or if you haven't seen the movie to go watch, I would say. It's really good. And number 5, I couldn't decide. It's either going to be English Teacher or season 15 of RuPaul Drag Race. Need I say less or more? I don't know, because I think that's enough of words. That's enough words, I think, for me to say on those things. Oh, also, I forgot to mention my 11th pick, by the way, for movies is going to be The Substance. I know, why didn't The Substance make it to top 10 at least, Nicole? Because, yes, that movie stuck with me in a way that I loved, and I did love the movie, like, a lot. It's super good. But I would not go see it again unless I mentally prepared myself. Because holy crap. I don't hate gore. I'm okay with it. But that movie is just crazy. Like, it's just fucking crazy. The things that happen. It's nuts. All right, and then our last little recap that I'm going to do is going to be my Spotify Wrapped. But I'm going to make it brief because, again, Spotify Wrapped has been out for more than a month. So I feel like, by now, it's not relevant anymore, but I'm still going to bring it up in case anyone cares to listen or missed it when I posted on my Instagram story. So, my top 5 artists in order are going to be Childish Gambino, which happen to be top 0.05% of his listeners. Hell yeah, I know. So that means I get a kiss from him. Wondering when he's going to do that. Don't know. They don't tell us. Number 2, Charlie XCX, which I'm not surprised because when you release 3 fucking albums in 1 year and they're all good, how do you expect not to be so high up on the list? I honestly was shocked she wasn't number 1. Number 3, and this one snuck up on me because of his late fucking release of Chromacopia to the point where it almost didn't make it to my Wrapped at all because of the deadline, Tyler, the Creator, number 3. And number 4 is gonna be Beyonce. That one was a little shocking. I'm not surprised though because Cowboy Carter, hello. How was it not gonna be when the Cowboy Carter album came out and it was good? I'm not even a country fan and I loved it. It was so good. I have it on vinyl. It's that good. If I have it on vinyl, that means God, the album was so good. I just could not stop listening and I had to have it. I had to have a physical version of it, Number 5 is gonna be little old Chaperone, Miss Miss Red Wine Supernova, Miss Good Luck Babe, Miss Casual, Miss After Midnight, Miss Kaleidoscope, Miss everything. Everything. She's everything to me. I love her. And I can't wait to see what happens this year for her. I hope it's a good year for her. And a notable mention, number 6 on the top 5. It's gonna be Lana Del Rey. Somehow she made it to number 6 in my top artists of the year. Hi. my top artists of the year. It's crazy. Top songs in order are gonna be number 1, 360 by Charlie XCX. Number 2, Bon Dutch by Charlie XCX. Number 3, Club Classics by You Know Who, Charlie XCX. Number 4, Apple by Charlie XCX. And number 5, oh, is it gonna be another Charlie XCX song? Oh, will it be? Oh, it's not. It's Hearts Were Meant to Fly. Childish Gambino's first song on his album, Bando Stone in the New World. And the only reason that song is so high, not only is it a super fucking amazing song, but it's the first song on the album, so every time I would start the album, because I like to listen to it start to finish usually, obviously I'm going to play the first song in the album all the time, every time. So that's why some of these songs are like, that's why a lot of my top songs lately have just been like the first song on an album, because that's just what I start off with. What can you do? All right, and I almost listened to 50,000 minutes on Spotify this year, which is better than last year. That's what I always try to do. I always try to top my goal, my last year's listening time. So I've got my things set up for me this year. Like I gotta listen to more than 50,000 minutes. I think I can do it. I hope I can do it. Here's hoping. But yeah, that's everything recapped. My year, my stats. I laid it out all on the table for you to watch and listen. Brain Dump is officially back, ladies and gentlemen, and others. And I'm excited. And I hope that everything goes well. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for listening. If there's something that I might have missed come this episode, I will try to bring it up next episode. And if not, then I'll just see you next episode with whatever's weighing heavy on my mind at that point. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and thank you so much for listening and or watching Brain Dump. I'm your host, Nicole Ojas. Don't forget me. I'm right here. I never left. I never left for 9 months. I was always here, just not behind this microphone and this camera. So, yeah. Go follow me on my socials if you seem to care. If you care more, I'm active on Instagram every single day. So, and my stories are very entertaining, according to most people who watch my stories. All right, I will stop the awkwardness now. It's over. You listened. I'm happy you did. And here's to episode number 2 coming out next week. And by episode number 2, I mean, what's this one going to be? This is going to be episode 27. You'll be listening to episode 28 next week. Almost to 30. Hell yeah. All right. See y'all later. Bye.